Well, hello everybody. Just want to come on here and dispel any myths about me not doing anything. I've been very busy making a bunch of little pigs. This is a large size, one of those water carriers to take it to the iron, or you could use it for gravy or whatever you want to carry to cream. Let's see, this is a do-over bowl. I didn't like the way it turned out the first time. And as you can see, this has quite a bit of red in it. It's got a red undercoat and then copper float on top of it. And it's on speckled clay. So you can see the specks in there. And then on the rim, I put, it's got blue in the interior on the inside here. This is Norse blue. And then I put iron luster around the rim. And so I like it a lot better this time around. I'm very happy with that. Then here is another bowl. Got dust, clunk, have dust in there, but this was also a do-over. I first did it with Celadon, and then I had Smoky Merlot swished on the inside, and it just looked stupid. So I did it over, and I put another coat of Celadon, the obsidian, in there, and then I put Arctic blue around the edge, a lot more of it. I was real shy of doing too much of it, and so on the first time, so I was a little braver this time, and it turned out so much better. I like it quite a bit. I may keep that one. Let's see, and then I've been making Piggy Banks because they sell really well. So there's a bunch of them here. Now these little things, these little they look like candle holders, right? Well, there's more than one use for something like that. I think even somebody that we know does olive and does it on a little larger scale, but uses them for olives and with toothpicks in the middle. But these are small. These are around, probably 5 or 6, maybe some of them are 7 inches in diameter. And the little part right here is kind of small, because what I do with them is I make a little pin cushion to go in the middle right here, because I sew and I quilt, and then it has a little handle just like a candle holder would, and you can put your extra feet, your bobbins, or some little clip thingies you can stick in there to keep those handy beside your sewing machine. So that's kind of a neat little thing, and those are very popular too. In quilting, you only need a couple of pins. You don't need a whole great big pin cushion with 1,000 pins in it. If you're making garments, you probably do need that, but not this. And then another thing that's related to sewing, and this was a request by someone who does long arm quilting for me, to make these little things. Now, these things, I saw them online. Actually, the lady that asked me to make them told me they were online and that I should look at them and see if I could make them. The ones that are online are made with forms. They're poured forms. So you all, if you're familiar with ceramics, you know that a lot of that stuff isn't individually made. It is poured, and then that way they all look the same and they're all just exactly alike. And as you can see, mine are not exactly alike. They're similar. But it has a little hole on the top here for you to put your scissors through. And then in this spot right here, that is for making a pin cushion and sticking that in there. And then of course you can use that little tray. But on the inside you have room to put thread or, you know, other things that you need while you're sewing, your screwdriver, whatever you need. And so this looks kind of like a spool, or it's intended that way. This has got a little flare down here for the foot, and then it's scored right here to make it look like thread. And then this thing just lifts off. I can't make these for the price they sell the formed ones on the internet for, so I don't know. I only made a couple of them to see if the client that asked me to do this wants them, because I just can't make them for the same price that China can do the poured forms and send them over. So anyway, that's that. It's kind of a nice thing you can make for a friend, or in a different market, where in a different market that's a little more upscale, instead of wholesaling it, you might be able to get your money out of it, or get more money than for an original one-of-a-kind piece. You should be able to get more than what they're doing the formed ones on the internet for. I don't know if I said that right, but you know what I mean. You can't compete with somebody who's pouring forms. But then again, the quality, the individuality, and the little special things that make them different or individual, you can't, I mean, you can't get that in something that's mass produced by the thousands. I mean, probably millions. Now this little guy, originally, see the rabbit that I carved a rabbit into the greenware. See and then I glazed it with a transparent celadon. And so the little, let's see if we can see it better. Right there. So you can see that little rabbit right there. And this is a real small little cup. You could use that for a cup, but it was intended to put a little pin cushion in the top of it. And I also have a rooster around here somewhere that I did that way. And I don't know if that's going to fly or not. That's a little bigger than I really want it to be. So a couple of other things. This is also a possibility for either a candle holder or a little tiny pin cushion. So we'll see how that goes. I'll let you know whether or not the lady that ordered these things wants these things for the price I want to get. So let's see, and I made them in all different colors over there. Here's a blue one right there. So I made some with handles and made some without, because of course I can charge less for the ones that don't have handles. You should all know how long it takes to style a handle and put it on there. Also, these are garlic. These are just like spoon rests, but it's got an abraded, I made a little scored place in here and did not put glaze on it, so you can grate garlic on there. People like things like that. And so let's see, there's some piggies over there. I just love these. I keep them by and I made a bigger one, and this one is for myself because my iron takes quite a bit more water than the other one I made. So here's another little pin cushion possibility right here. And then these are the lady that I made these for. she teaches quilting in these retreats all over the country. I've never actually been to one of them, but she likes to have little interruptions in the class so that she can give away little special prizes to people. And so I wouldn't be surprised if this isn't also something she saw on the internet. But these little hearts, she wanted them to be a specific size and shape and have little sewing words on them. And so these have, this one says press, and this one you can't read very well. It's a good thing this one says trim, this one over here. One of them says seam, and one of them says strip. Now in quilting you use strips of fabric, and some, like the binding is the standard 2.5 inches or 2 1/4 or something. So, but I don't know if anybody's going to want that strip one. We'll see. Anyway, she gives these away as little incentives to keep going and little prizes, you know, for whatever they're doing. And so they have little sewing related words on them. So I was afraid that all the glaze was going to run right off of these, but it didn't. I was careful not to use my runny glazes. And on this one, I put underglaze in the letters and then did the side with the same color of underglaze, and then did the whole thing with clear. And they miraculously did not run. Red sometimes runs. Red anything sometimes runs. So anyway, there's that. And then on this side, I have a bunch of little flat things. These are just about they start out being about 1/4 inch thick, and then they go down to just a little bit. And so these have designs impressed in them, and those, you poke a hole in them, and you can use it for a zipper pull or put it around your neck for jewelry kind of thing, or whatever. People like stuff like that to tie onto things, put it on a gift. So that's what I've been doing lately. It's not 100 degrees today, which is very nice. And so I'm out here in the garage just enjoying the nice weather. We had a bad storm last night, and our electricity went out, so I'm glad that I didn't fire these last night. I went ahead and did them the night before. Tell me what you think. Instead of telling you what price they are, well, I can tell you the price of these are $65 a piece online for the ones that come from China. They already have a little pin cushion stuck in the top of it, and it's not, I don't know what they're made out of because I didn't order one. All I did was look at the picture, because you know how we are. We can just see something and then go home and make it, right? So they're $65, and that was before the pandemic. So I don't know, and before any kind of currency reset that we're going to have. So I don't know what the price is going to be like in a couple of months. But these were made individually, and so regardless, don't consider the glaze as part of your figuring out how much it should be. Just figure out what you think the price for something like that ought to be when they're handmade individually. Remember that you have to get it just at the right time and cut this hole so that you don't mess up the rim. And then you have to stick an extra piece on here, so that's involved in it. Also the texture going on there, and you know, glazing is kind of something that everything has to have. So tell me what you think should be charged for those, and and give me your feedback on the little pin cushions here. Instead of these, because I took these to my quilting group, and because I do quilting, and I belong to a group of ladies, and we make quilts for charity. My train of thought was for the price point that this lady wants to pay, get rid of this part, do something with this. This part is the good idea, and I think this is the best idea. And I think that the ladies in the retreat that she's going to be giving these away as prizes for, I think the people she's giving them to would also like it probably better. This is cute. It's a cute idea, not real practical. And if somebody is a quilter, they're thinking about practicality. I just think that's where their head is. So anyway, you tell me what you think. I have the kintsugi all laid out and ready to do a demo on that. Well, not a demo, I'm ready to try it and you get to watch. So we may learn how to do that together. And I'll see you in the next video. So take care, and I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.